Hello Internet, and welcome back to Demajen Tries, or arguably retries, because today I'm taking a second look at Mira, the Legend of the Djinns. Unfortunately, their first Kickstarter didn't go as planned, but they've got a second one out, which they've actually already managed to fund, and are working towards stretch goals. And they've asked me to take a little bit of a look at their 1.1 version of the demo to see what they've improved, if I've got any additional feedback, and so on and so forth for them. The first thing that I've noticed that I don't know whether it was in the original version of the demo. Actually, I could probably check because I've still got the original version in a folder somewhere. But you can press F1 to bring up the settings menu. You might have been able to do that before, I don't know. But if you want to actually change your screen resolution and stuff, which I highly recommend you do, because it opens up in a teeny tiny window in the top left-hand corner and gets stuck there. Otherwise, it still doesn't recognise PlayStation 5 controllers, but that's nothing new. Mind you, I suppose I could add it to Steam. In fact, let's do that. I'm assuming the demo is basically the same as before. Ugh, what was that thing? I've lost my pack, my sword, my mother's going to kill me. Sir, my Gambrini didn't break at least. I don't feel so good. Poison from the snail spikes. Just what I need. Got lost, then poison, fell into a pit, lost all my gear. All in one day. If I make it back to Siri, I'm never leaving again. Got a little bit of a movement tutorial. I need to jump, left on the D-pad or the stick to move, and left trigger to roll. Yeah. Menus don't seem to work on any buttons. And apparently pressing escape does weird things with the game. So that's not what we need to do. Can you hear me, traveller? I can. I need your help. Please, come closer. Hello? But where am I? Who are you? I'm Yua of Siri. What's you? You can't be a Djinn, right? Djinns are supposed to be invisible or extinct or something. Rashida would know. Djinns are... Then that means you're a human? Yes, or so they tell me. You doubt that you're a human? Sometimes, maybe. No, I'm just making a silly joke. I'm a human, and since I've never seen someone like you, I can only assume you are a Djinn. That makes sense, right? You're asking me? Djinns are beings of spiritual energy derived from the primal source. They don't have bodies like humans and don't interact with the world in the same way. You know all of that, but not if you're a Djinn. I know my name. I am Mira, and I believe I must be a Djinn. Hey, now we're getting somewhere. Azul, Mira. I am, again, Yuba of Siri, and it's nice to meet you. Salam. I wish I could tell you more, Yuba. I don't know what's happened to me or how long I've been wherever this is. Have you been here long? Newly arrived, not planning to stay long. Things to do, relics to find. Maybe I can find a new sword. Sword? The stupid giant snail made me lose mine, but don't worry, when I find another one, I'm going to get some butter and I'm going to find that snail. That sounds dangerous. Is it dangerous here, Yuba? Sure, but I can handle it. Maybe it would be easier if we worked together. I think we can, if you give me permission. Okay, but what am I... What the hell is... Mira? Where'd you go? I'm here, Yuba. The bonding was successful. What? Why does it sound like you're talking to me from inside my head? That's the bonding. You can think of me as a sort of passenger. Oh no, oh crap. You mean I'm possessed? Don't be silly. We're bonded. I must be a Djinn after all. Great, you figured that part out at least. What do you mean we're bonded? Am I going to die? I don't feel like I'm going to die. Am I going to die later? No, we're bonded, and that means you're under my protection. I wish I could tell you more, but I can't remember. Bonding. That sounds kind of familiar. Does this mean I can use magic? Isn't that just a legend? Like Djinns are a legend? I see your point. If you like magic, tell me how your wounds are feeling now. You have bonded with Mira. You can now use Mira's blessing to heal your wounds. Hold up and press Y. I heal. Oh, you can't actually stand on there. The way the camera moves is still... I can't... I haven't watched back my previous video. So any critique I make or any things that I point out are based purely on what I'm seeing here and now. And the way the camera moves is too sharp and needs some kind of tweening added to it. It's very easy, especially because we're not actually centered on the camera. The camera is, by the look of it, fixed to the room. The way it moves and the way the steps shimmer when we move, it's not very fluid, and I think it's going to be very difficult. We can't get through there because we don't have a sword. Up. Right, these things are enemies, but they're not going to appear until we've got a sword. Oop. Nice little tutorial there on how to wall jump. Appreciate that. Don't know why I'm going over to the pots. Can't do anything with them. Enemies spawn ever so slightly above the ground and fall there. What's this? That looks like a sword. Yes, and I feel something familiar. A powerful energy. It is glowing, after all. I don't remember much of this dialogue. I know it's been a while since I played the previous version of the demo. But it feels like more has been added. Da, 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 da. Tutorial artifacts. Artifacts are the weapons in the game. There's a total of 4. The artifacts are the weapons in the game. Full stop. There's a total of 4, each one related to one of the 4 primal elements that represent the power and nature of Djinns: solar, celestial, infernal, and lunar. I really like the colours, and I do like it when games colour code text to go with important gameplay concepts, like 4 different weapons. Basic combat for each artifact is mostly the same. XXX. You'll be able to unlock new skills and abilities and expand your moveset as you progress through the story. Backdash is an evading maneuver which causes you to dash backwards while facing the same direction you were before. You can trigger some attacks by pressing the right button at the right moments. While facing an enemy, press left trigger in the middle. While facing an enemy, press left trigger. In the middle of backdash, press X. Backdash will consume stamina points. They'll recharge over time, and you will be able to unlock more as you progress. Okay. Right, so we get a little bit of hang time in the air on the sword. And now... Enemies still a little bit basic, but that's fine. I feel like maybe those coins need to fall a little bit faster. Ooh, we've got wall sliding. We've got a combo meter now. I don't know whether we had that before. And in fact... well, that stuff is flying up into the air. Oops. Combo meter disappear. Ow. Don't know what that stuff is that's... so the icon on the combo meter is changing. I don't know why. Okay, we can't get over there. But there's a chest and I want it! I assume the hard landing is to prevent any weird collision issues. Save points. Game saved. The art style continues to be very nice indeed. Uppercuts. Yeah, the camera movement is just a little bit... ooh. It's a little bit kind of disconcerting. It needs some additional smoothness. Right, we can't climb up there. Oh yeah, there's the wall axe thing. In fact, which is down here if I remember correctly. Ooh. There's now crystal-y things. Don't think they were there before. I like how these flying enemies fall out of the air. Can't get up there. And also, as is proper in a metroidvania, cannot get back. I find the kind of chromatic aberration style thing when enemies get hit an interesting stylistic choice. As in these light bleeds. Yoink! An ancient pickaxe that can be used to break rocks or climb on some walls. Avunka. Aha! Now, I can't remember when I played this previously whether it had those icons. Oh, it didn't have these tutorials before, at least. Because I had real issue with being able to swap between the tools. Because didn't it keep resetting them every time you swap screen or something? Ow. Now, we still can't get up there. I'm really intrigued as to what the combo meter is going to do. You found a soul crystal. Now, I vaguely recall that those were things. Oh, we do have some options in there now. So, it's a pick and an axe, but why? Why indeed? Yeah, so this is now... those are health potions. Oh yeah, you just press up and it auto-climbs, which is a method of control that actually I quite like. It auto-clings to the wall as well. Oop. Those blocks land on your head then. Ooh, that... Oh. I'm trying to do whatever it said about backdash and attack, but I find it interesting that the enemies actually go all chromatic when you hit them, when they start taking damage. It gives it this weird kind of simulation feel. Well, not getting over there, are we? I'm actually quite intrigued now. Maybe I should have watched my previous version of the video. Maybe that would be better in terms of, you know, giving feedback. But apart from the camera, things certainly feel smoother. Ow. Go. I feel one of my... That doesn't control the camera, Demo. I do remember that one of my pieces, my biggest, arguably, piece of feedback about the graphics was that the things in the background were too kind of sharp, especially in motion. In fact, it was these designs here. And I kind of feel like that. Ah, that's the. So you have to press it just after you dash back. I feel like the issue that I'm having with the graphics, and it could just be a me thing, is that it's because of how the camera moves. The camera is quite jerky. But yeah, smooth the camera up. Smooth how the camera moves around. Give it some kind of tweening, an animation curve to it. Ooh. This looks sinister. I can feel that. This is corruption, and I feel it everywhere in these ruins, especially here. Sounds like we should avoid it. Let me try something. Perhaps I can make some use of all of this energy. I don't remember this. Oh, maybe I do. Light dash allows you to cross gaps too far to reach by jumping and makes it easier to dodge enemies and their attacks. Press left trigger while moving to dash. So our roll is gone. And we may now dash. Which means... that we can get out of here. Yeah, what is this? What is the blue stuff? Oh, is that our magic? Could be our magic, couldn't it? Whee! There we go. Now, we still can't get up and over there. And I can't remember if we get like a double jump or anything in this demo. But we can now get over these spikes. What? Yeah, it feels... It feels much improved. After I've finished recording this latest version, I think what I'm actually going to do is go and watch my previous video and see what it was I said. Probably should have done that before. Oh. Looks like you get some iframes when you vault like that, which is nice. A secret room? You found one-time soul crystal. There's no map, is there? Special attack, not available in demo. Down an X for landing strike. Oh, I think that's one of the things that we had to unlock. I mean, that secret room there, not super difficult to find. Ow. Yeah, so that is our magic meter, and actually, that door is locked. The reason why it wasn't filling up anymore was because that's as far as it goes. Game saved. Oh no, I remember this. We have to push that over to the right here, don't we? And then it falls down into that slightly more suspicious gap. Ta-da! Mind you, this... Oh no, that block there isn't actually a movable one. It's the ones that have got... that's to help us get back up. I can't remember if there was an order to these. No, it's just light them all, isn't it? And we get a key! Nice little zoom it in on that. Again, camera control, I think, is going to make these things much smoother. And now, one thing I will say is that the door to the left here is hidden by the UI. In terms of kind of level or room building, I'd move that door outwards, so extend kind of the steps, maybe to kind of here, and then have the slope finish here, and have the door here, so it is nice and viewable. Because otherwise, it's hidden by the magic bar. Yes. Yeah, I do like how they fall out of the air. Oh. Oh, no, that was interesting. I didn't grab onto the wall. Oh, I didn't grab onto the wall because I've accidentally changed off the pickaxe. So you have to have it equipped. It has to be in the equipped slot in order to work. I think I'd prefer if it just worked. Honestly. You know, you could equip it for dealing with blocks. But when it comes to the actual platforming part of the metroidvania-ing, the action platforming or whatever people are calling it, platformer exploration games, now Yeah, this definitely feels good. The combat is a little bit basic. Health rune fragments. But yeah, realistically, it's just the kind of jitteriness of the camera that is my biggest nitpick. And again, there's loads of time to work on stuff like that as a proof of concept. This is what we're working towards. Let's take a closer look at that engraving. Okay, what I'm looking at here seems like some kind of ritual. I believe the one on the left is a human and the one on the right is meant to represent a Djinn. Let me guess, you don't really remember. No. I don't remember there being this much kind of sassy humour in the first demo. It feels like, oh no, skulls. Ow. Oh, they summon dudes. Another thought. Consider we have a healing spell. Do we really need potions? It kind of feels like maybe we don't need both. No, just a thought on that one. I guess we're going up the lift. That could maybe be flusher with the floor. Or actually, maybe you want to stop it there. Let's go right. Oh, he's oh, friends. Ow. Yeah, with how the camera kind of jerks, it makes all the other motion in the game feel a little bit jerky. When the camera's absolutely still, it's not an issue, but you'll notice that the camera moves quite a lot. Hi. Ow. So you've got to dodge a little bit early on that because its claw hitbox is actually pretty precise. Alternatively, you can screw up like that and still do okay. Oh, I like that disappearing animation. They might have had that before. I don't know. Can't remember. Ah! Wasn't this our level up guy? Face on the wall. Patron identification processing. Mira, is this thing alive? What's it doing? I'm not sure, Uber. Patron identification complete. Please select knowledge or skill you wish to review. These look like fighting techniques, ancient ones. Learn what you can while you can, Uber. Okay. So, this is the path of Asirem, the ways with the solar blade. If you think you are worthy, follow the path and don't let the darkness dim your lights. Right. Heavy slash with down and X. Dash thrust. Air dash thrust. Vertical spin. Landing slash. That's down and X. Well, we've got to get this one. Uppercuts. Let's have that. Let's have that. These things aren't available. I like the colours. Throw forward a spinning blade after Solar Shredder. Interesting. I would have thought, in terms of a tree, that would have linked off of Solar Shredder. Because it feels weird to have to go that way and then come back to get it. But I suppose if it's on a grid layout like this... Now, I didn't get to see these in the previous demo because a lot of them weren't working for whatever reason. Oh! What does that do? Oh, jeez. Nice. Oh, yes. The way the camera locks and unlocks there is a little bit off. Yeah, I may as well use magic more because we don't have anything that can... Oh, that's not a platform. Oh, those platforms have just... Oh, I like the effect on that. Oh, no, those are traps, aren't they? Those are traps that we activated accidentally at some points. I'm really glad that this game got funded. You know, whilst it clearly is in need of a chunk of development time, that's kind of the point of the Kickstarter. I kind of feel like that uppercut should have a little bit more range to it. Oh, that's the dash thrust. I think that one was working. Yeah, I feel like it's quite easy to get mana back, but maybe... Did that open all of them with 100 gold? I think it did. Maybe there's going to be a load of other spells that we get that are going to require mana. Right. So we still can't get through that door. Can't get through that door. Can get this chest. I quite like the fact that we're... A giant eye thing? That's very Super Metroid, isn't it? Well, it's very Metroid in general, having an eye on a door. It's actually quite a lot like the during the lockdown last year when I did a little bit of kind of game designing stuff for myself. I designed some doors look like that, and I didn't actually realise at the time that that was a very Metroidy thing to do, which just shows how much of an influence the series had. Was this the one that we just came down? Yes. So we're not going up that way. I'm quite interested to see what the game's... Yeah, that uppercut needs more range. Oh, while we're here, mid-air lunge. Oh, I see. So that starts Solar Shredder spinning, and then we have to use that to throw it. Yeah, so we can do that, and then press Y to shoot it out. Yeah, I'd combine the two of those, unless Solar Shredder does some... Well, I suppose it does do melee damage by itself, doesn't it? That's cool, though. And you can still attack whilst it's going on. Is this... Yeah, that's down to other areas. Obviously, without a map, the... Interesting. This is not a crystal for... Also interesting is that we're getting combo for this. Let's see how high the combo goes. I'm intrigued as to how the colours work. So it goes purple. Yellow. I'm going to take a guess that this is the max. Yeah, so a Z level combo. Unless we can get it over 100. Yeah, it keeps on going apparently. Oh, can now... No. I'm intrigued as to what is going to allow us to get through those doors. It's almost like we need another power. Yes, things that I'm most interested in seeing include how the map system is going to work and if the camera can be smoothed out. Those are my two... I mean, one's an area of contention. Because I do feel that the camera is not working great for the soul crystal. Yeah, can't get through there still. Ah, now, wasn't this to the place where... Because these are buzzsaws, if I remember correctly. At least they will be. Yeah, without a map, it's actually really difficult to navigate, is the word I'm after. To navigate around this particular area. Uh-oh. Oh, that's a soul crystal one, so they're different. That's cool, though. So that's turned the power back on. But it's also put all the traps back on. So now we got some platforming elements. Whee! Ooh, the spikes have gone red. Oh no, the spikes haven't gone red. There just weren't spikes there before, were there? But now there are. Still can't get through there, though. I kind of feel like the basic melee attack is the only one with a sufficient range. One thing I'm noting about the dash... What? Were we out of... Oh. I didn't notice being out of health. Yeah, one thing I'm noting about the dash is that it kind of feels like you go backwards a little bit before you go forwards. And that feels a tad unnatural. Especially in the air. In fact, you do go backwards a little bit before you go forwards. Maybe it's just the trail effect that's... No, there's a slight feeling of reverse momentum when you hit the dash button. Almost like it's trying to figure out, are you moving? Yes, no. Because if you're not moving, it just backdashes. But if you're moving forwards... it dashes. And it kind of feels like it's doing things in the wrong order. Yeah, why not? I definitely feel like this is working, giving me a more positive impression than the previous version. And I don't know why. Maybe they've done some major fixes. Maybe I wonder if there's some patch notes. Yeah. I think realistically, fix up the camera as a kind of first... What's this? Oh yeah. Puzzles. Oh, yeah, I'm an idiot. Well, no. Cha-ching! We did a thing. Yoink. Health rune fragment. Are these walls that are climbable? No, they're not. Ah, no, it's these that are climbable. Was it up here? No. It was not. Doing that magic. Clonk. Excuse me. I started to sneeze, then realised I'd landed on a platform that was going to collapse, and panicked. I mean, seriously? Oh, whoa. What? What? I feel like the character movement is actually probably a lot smoother than it feels. Did a thing? Be nice if we could oh, we don't have enough gold. Nice if we could land on top of these turrety things. Give them some collision. They remind me of the turrety things in Bloodstained, actually. Whoa. Ooh. Give. Oh, really? Only one for that? I was kind of expecting more. This looks important. Oh. Okay, health rune fragment. I was kind of expecting more. From up here. That had working towards a boss style feel to it. Oh, hold on. Hold on. I like the fact that that still carries you. Ah. Oh, this is an ability thing, isn't it? Oh, that's energy. It's gonna let us get to these doors. Magic spells depend on which artifact you are using in combat, and each spell may affect some enemies differently from others. You'll learn more magic spells as you progress throughout the story. Solar Wave is a projectile that you'll be able to launch, no E on the end, on enemies, and damage them, and can pass through magic shields. And that crashed the game. Okay. I'll very quickly see if that happens each time. Though where it will have saved us, if the save system is even working. But otherwise, that's a little bit of a hard lock when it comes to progression. Warning, this is a pre-alpha version of the game. This means that you may experience bugs. Yes, I kind of have. Right, will this actually load my game? Oh, it will. Sweet. There we go. Okay, so not a game-breaking bug, but obviously one that needs addressing. I like the effect. Feels good, actually, as well. Did we say that goes through? Yes. I was thinking, what is the disadvantage to using the Solar Wave? And it's like, oh yeah, it's a magic spell, isn't it? So, shoots. No. No. Hold on. There we go. That's really tight. It's interesting. When those zombies attack, it feels like they get iframes. I do still feel like spamming the ground attack seems to be the most effective, because the uppercuts is not great. Give me some magic back. I actually find it interesting that that builds up the combo meter. It probably shouldn't do. You found 1 times bronze key. Right, I need to quickly... Okay, that cut the recording rather than pausing it. Oops. Nicely done, Dema. Clonk, 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 clonk. Pickaxe can be used on those as well. Good to know. That was never going to work, was it? I'm trying to remember now where I need to go. We've got a key. Can we go back down? With the down things that we can find. Again, without a map. Remember, this is not a critique. This is just an understanding of, yes, the game is in very early development. And Metroidvania maps, folks, are surprisingly difficult to get working. Up here? No, this is the way to dash, isn't it? Speaking of dash, I just didn't do it then. Oh no, that was the way to a health crystal. I only need 1 more, I think, and then we get a new health pip. I do like, actually, how it shows you. I don't know whether... I'm assuming, actually, because of how this is in the game, I assume this is going to continue. So you actually see it in your main game UI. Ah! Ah, I'm seeing an issue here. Oh. Okay. Right, that just takes us back through the corridor where the eyes were. So it's gotta be... Didn't dash then. Oh yeah, it's because I didn't regenerate my stamina. I think I just did this again, didn't I? Isn't this... Oh, no. I was making a point about maps, wasn't I? Maps are difficult to make. Ah, there we go. They're difficult to make and they're difficult to get working. And speaking of working, this does not seem to work. I wonder why. Oh, another elevator. Alright, that's now on. There's a fair chunk in this demo, realistically. Yeah, yeah, there we go. I'd like a fancy animation for the 4 pips forming and turning into one to draw our attention to it each time. But that's just me. Again, that's the kind of thing that could be very much worked on. Ooh. Ow. Nice. So it doesn't do a huge amount of damage, that, but... Interesting. So if you do hit them whilst that's going on, it does actually knock them out of it. Whoa. Okay. I suspect that is a demo thing. Oh no. It is the same room. Ow. Yeah. The way you that sounds really silly. The way you get locked when you hit the ground is a little bit unfair when it comes to crumbly platforms like that. Could probably have just dashed through that. Save points. Game saved. And here we use the key. That's quite some distance away from where we actually found the key. Oh. Ooh. That's a cool introduction. Be careful, Hubert. The creature is not like the others. Its corruption is older, deeper. Not to mention it's got 4 arms. Yes, that too. No shield for you, sir. Oh, okay. Yeah. Hitboxes when you're in the middle of an enemy. Right, I'm going to assume I'm safe on this side, yeah. That's, Ow. Yeah, see... Oh. Take this. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, cool box. Oh, there we go. Thank you for playing. We hope you enjoyed the demo. Full stop. So we had a singular crash, which was a bit unfortunate. But hopefully a reproducible thing. I suspect it was probably something to do with asset loading or something like that. Hitbox on that particular enemy was a little bit frustrating. I think it was just its shield that had a hitbox until you destroyed the shield, and then the rest of it got a hitbox, which is, you know, fine in the sense that you have to destroy the shield. But if you were behind the shield, it didn't seem to work as well. Don't know. So overall thoughts and feedback, because obviously, you know, the developers did indeed ask for feedback on this. Controls feel much better. Dialogue is entertaining. The amount of demo that there is quite expansive, but quite difficult to navigate without a map. But you already know that, I'm sure. The systems in play seem workable. There's that one comment that I had about the skill tree, where the kind of throwing solo ability from your spinny I can't remember the names of them, unfortunately. That feels like it should have branched off from that base ability rather than being a separate direction. But I kind of see why it's done like that, because of the size of the grid on the screen. Maybe if you zoom the grid out further, that would work. But that might be too much work. So it's not a major issue. It's just an observation. The pickaxe giving you your wall climb is absolutely fine, but I would like it if the wall climb worked regardless of whether you've got the pickaxe as your active ability or your active item equipped. When it comes to, you know, breaking crystals and stuff, yes, by all means have us equip the pickaxe, but for general ease of traversal, I do feel like maybe it would be better if we didn't have to swap to it just so that we could cling to walls, because you're gonna accidentally hit the right stick. But the issue I was having actually was I was hitting the right stick to try and control the camera, and of course there is no camera control in this. The camera is, as I've said, my biggest point of needs work. It's just too jittery, and I kind of feel like one of my biggest points about the 1.0 demo was that the pixel arts had got this kind of very sharp, precise nature to it, but it was coming across as really shimmery because of just how the camera was moving and stuff. And I feel like that is still an issue. Just some kind of, and again, I know that this is made with, was it Pixel Game Maker? I've no idea what kind of controls that engine gives you over camera, but some kind of easing of motion definitely feels necessary. Yeah, by all means, lock the camera to the boundaries of the room. That's not the issue. It is the jerkiness of it. And if that is fixed, then I feel like the nature of the pixel arts won't be quite so at odds, because bear in mind that my knowledge of, you know, back-end systems and development of games is very, very limited. It looks like the camera isn't moving in a kind of pixel perfect but smooth way, if that makes sense. And I think that's what's causing the actual kind of feeling of shimmering of the pixel art, because the pixel art is so fine, especially some of those background details, that if the camera is moving much faster than those single kind of pixel lines, it just looks weird. That's the best way I've got to explain that. I'm sorry if that doesn't really kind of help explain the issue that I'm having. Combat seems absolutely fine. I'd like more reach on the uppercut move. The uppercut feels like it's got a very kind of narrow thing going on, a very narrow hitbox. It doesn't feel like it goes anywhere near as far as just the generic sword attack. So whilst, juggling enemies into the air seems like a really great idea, you've got to be a lot closer to do it, and that doesn't quite feel right. On the subject of combat, there was that minor point that I had about the dashing where it feels like you move back ever so slightly before you move forwards, both on the ground and in the air. That feels a little bit awkward. I made a comment earlier on about health potions when we've got magic. You can disregard that now because obviously we've got more magic, which uses up magic bar and so on and so forth. I thought that was going to be the case, but I made the comment anyway because I'm an idiot. Having potions after you've run out of magic obviously is really, really useful. I think that's all I've got for feedback. Let's quickly check out. Aha! Development log. There we go. Okay, what do we got here? Devlog 1 demo version 1.1. You can use backdash whenever you want now after getting the Serum Sword. Consumes stamina. Guess we couldn't do that before. Can't remember. Heavy slash can be performed after a backdash in the middle of the move if an enemy is in range. Heavy slash can now throw enemies backwards. 2 new moves are now available to unlock in the skill tree. Iframes have been added to the dash. Combo meter has been added, work in progress. That's why it wasn't doing anything. Zombies have been improved a little bit and they can dodge your attack. Maybe that's why it felt like they got some iframes when they were doing their attacks. The boss can now face both directions, left and right. I assume that was the thing that ended the demo, which obviously we didn't get to the last time that I played. Improve some areas to make them less boring and a bit fun. Secret room is a single secret room is available on the level. Found that. Edges where the player can hold on are more visible now. I can't remember how visible they were before, but it's pretty obvious now. Traps don't hurt the player until he activates them. And that makes sense. Visually change the normal spikes to the deadly ones to red colour. Basic tutorials and quick hints. Those are the things that I noticed. Dialogue has been fixed and improved. That's why it feels like it reads a bit better. Including dialogue. Dialogue? That's not a word. It might be, just not in English. More dialogue is added to give the player a bit more information about the story, characters, and world. I really like the humour. Fixed all the major bugs. You can now load game after closing it. We removed the spirit pet until a later version. Don't remember whether that was a thing. Do they have their Kickstarter linked on here? Yeah, they do. I'm a backer for this. Yeah, so you can see that they've made their funding goal. It's a lot lower than it was on the previous one. They've got 6 days to go on this, so I'm going to try and get this video out ASAP. They do have some stretch goals to go for, quite a few planned by the look of it. If you remember, in the original Kickstarter, they were asking for a fair chunk more, and I assumed that this would take them up to their original funding goal. Unfortunately, they didn't make it, so they've gone for a base experience. Now, probably if the game sells well, they will then continue working on it and so on and so forth. Yep. I don't know whether again, because I can't remember my general kind of overall feedback of the previous version. Launching the game through Steam, which I think is something that I didn't do last time, so I had to use the other controller, which I've kind of grown out of. Launching the game through Steam, obviously that uses the Steam API for the PS5 controller, which makes it very, very easy and usable. It just works, frankly. So, I think I think I've covered all of my thoughts on the 1.1 demo. No huge evolution, but the dialogue was entertaining. The world building is still good. I'm really glad that they've made the basic funding goal and that the game is going to get made. Camera, map, dash, backstep, slight issue. I feel like and range of sword on kind of uppercut. I think those are my main kind of. These are the things that I'd work on for the feel of the game ASAP. And then, other things will fall into place around them. But yeah, there we go. That has been Demajen retrying or trying Mira 1.1 pre-alpha. As I said, as I showed, the Kickstarter is still live for a little bit longer. So back it if this looks like the kind of thing that you fancy, or try and download that. Try it yourself by downloading, not try and download the demo. Try it for yourself by downloading the demo on the Kickstarter page if you fancy it. Just to get a hands-on, because that's how games work. It's always different to play than it is to listen to somebody try and describe those things for themselves. Even somebody as reasonably decent with words as myself. I'm rambling. Thank you very much for watching, folks. If you have tried out the demo for yourself, let me know in the comments below. What did you think of it? Was my feedback warranted? Is there something that I'd missed? Because it's possible. Until next time, stay safe out there. Look after yourselves. Toodle pip. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, why not click the like button and consider subscribing. Remember, you can ring the bell notification icon to get notified when new videos go live. And until next time, cheerio.